Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review, and today we've got another review, another beer from the Beer52 subscription box for July 2020, and it's another Dutch beer because they are all Dutch beers. This one is called Avatar. Look at that, really fancy sort of label there. It's coming in a 330ml bottle, so you know, another bottle. We've got what, 3 bottles from the Beer52 this month, which is quite good. This is actually a dry hop lager, coming in at alcohol 4.5%. Check out, you know, a really nice, and obviously you can see there that is the name of the brewery. It's called Oedipus. So let's get this beer out of the bottle and into a glass, because you know we don't drink any sort of beer straight from a bottle. You know, we're not savages, are we? So, okay, so we've opened it up. We've got a little bit of you can hear a little bit of as it's dripping on the floor here. So without further ado, I'm going to pour it straight into the glass. It's a little lively then. There we go, beer in a glass. I mean, it's a lager, but I wouldn't say it looks like a lager. It's quite yellowy. It's got can you see myself through that? A slight haze to it. Pretty fast levels of carbonation. We've got a tiny little, we've got one finger head there. So let's get some aroma, shall we? Yeah, this is quite different from a lager. You know, a lot of the lagers you get that sort of maltiness. You get, you know, sometimes you get a little bit of caramel malts. You get the sort of slight sweetness, but it's very sort of biscuity, I suppose. Is the best way of describing it, really. Bready, biscuity, that sort of thing. But this has got a fruity. Yeah, definitely a more fruity smell. There's a slight sort of floral undertone to it, but it's definitely fruity. What sort of fruits? I would say they're obviously more citrusy, sort of oranges, lemons, limes, that sort of thing. For a lager, I don't think I've ever had a lager with the sort of level of aromas that this has got. So, let's get it in down, shall we? Cheers, everyone. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't taste to me like a lager. To me, that tastes like a pale ale. I'm trying to get the fruits there. I mean, you've got the citrus. The citrus fruits are quite sort of are overpowering in terms of the flavours. There's a sweetness though, that sort of slight caramel sort of sweetness. But you've got that caramel. Usually when you get that caramel sweetness, that's all you get. But this, you've got fruits in there as well. A little bit of pineapple. I'm getting a little bit of pineapple coming through, but I'm getting sort of oranges and lemons and limes. That's really sort of high power in the citrus. Even maybe a little melon, a little kiwi in there. There's quite some interesting flavours there, actually. In terms of its mouthfeel, it's quite soft. It's not soft. It's very fizzy, actually. It's quite carbonated. So it's a little bit lively on the tongue. Doesn't sort of sit there. It drinks, in terms of its sort of consistency, it's like a lager. It's very fizzy, very lively. I mean, you could see obviously when I opened the bottle and it sort of poured everywhere. Very much like a lager. This reminds me a little bit of the remember the flying. I don't know if you've seen the review for the Flying Pigs in the pink can, the Spanish beer. It's a little bit like that. In that, but this one actually, you know, that was called an IPA, session IPA. This one is called a lager, and I find it difficult to class it. I've not ever had a lager like this before. It's easy to drink. It's got that fruitiness to it. It's quite dry, that you would expect from a good lager. No, not really very bitter at all. It's nice. I mean, it's just, again, you know, I've said it on multiple of these videos on the Beer52 box for this month. It's different, you know. There's something about it that's like, you know, most of the time I don't think I've really tasted anything quite like it. I did compare it obviously to the Flying Pigs, but I think that was more a case of this is, you know, it's sort of a lager. This calls itself a lager, but it's more like a pale ale or even an IPA. The Flying Pigs one called itself an IPA, but it was more like a lager. This is like a fruity lager, basically. Really nice, definitely sessionable. It's just like a lager with a little bit more. You know, you wouldn't go to a pub certainly in England. You wouldn't go to a pub, ask for a lager, and any of those mass-produced one, whether it be a Foster's or a Beck's or a Peroni even, or a Carlsberg, Heineken, any of those sort of beers, you know what you get. It's just lager. It's just fizzy beer. It's fizzy alcoholic beer. This has got a lot more to it. This is like a posh lager. That's what I'm going to say. Posh lager. Okay, let's get some scores in, shall we? Okay, the scores are in for Avatar, which is a dry hop lager coming in at 4.5% from the Beer52 box. Not your traditional lager. First things first is AROMA. So AROMA, for a lager, this has got quite a lot going for it. Very citrusy, very fruity. I'm giving it 12 out of 20 though for AROMA. Appearance, well, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? 8 out of 10 for appearance. Nice, yellowy, again, doesn't look like a lager, looks like a pale ale. But, you know, has a nice appearance. And obviously you can keep the heads there, nice lace in the glass and everything. Flavour. It's a really nice, crisp lager, but with a little bit more fruit flavours in there. As I said before, it's a posh lager. It's a lager plus. You know, that's what I'd call it. So in terms of flavour, I'm giving it a 32 out of 40 because it's got nice flavours to it. Value for money. Free 30ml bottle, £3. Again, 7 out of 10 for value for money. Overall experience. I mean, it's a lovely beer. It's the beer that you want to drink in a pub. You know, you want to have a couple of these. You want to have quite a few of them. You know, maybe after that time, if you're drinking lager, if you like lager, you might find it a little bit too much for you. For me, this is a pale ale. This is not a lager. It's nice levels of carbonation. Certainly easy to go down. I'm giving it a 14 out of 20 for the overall experience. So tossing those scores up, we get 73 out of 100. Another White Snake beer. It's a low level White Snake beer, but it's still a White Snake beer. So let's slide this in slow and easy, shall we? So that's Avatar Dry Hop Lager from the Beer52 box. Until the next review, we've got one more left out of the box. Keep on rocking.